So here I am back again with my Dtravel cap and my Dtravel t-shirt promoting Dtravel. Yeah. What is Dtravel? Well, go and do your research, but according to their X profile, it's a peer-to-peer vacation rentals. Peer-to-peer vacation rentals. Book with crypto and earn TRVL. They're built on the Night protocol powered by Base. The Telegram link is there, and you have a link tree here, and a blog, website, find a stay, network analytics, ad listings, token, documents, blog, tokens, people and organizations. So all of your research is there, Dtravel. And the great thing is that they've just posted something on their X, and I'm just going to go through it. Have a look. Thinking about taking more control of your bookings and profit? Of course. Here's why thousands of hosts are building their direct booking website with Dtravel and how they are winning effortlessly. Number one, sync your existing listings already listed on Airbnb or Vrbo. Don't start from scratch. At this link, Dtravel, operators, hosts can import listings and calendars automatically with Dtravel's Airbnb import and sync tool, reducing double bookings, eliminating double bookings, and saving time while going direct. You're welcome. Yep. Number two, personalize with custom branding. Customize your own domain logos, color palettes, tone of voice, and more, giving guests a cohesive experience while reinforcing your brand identity. Now you can even design your website with our new AI tool. Amazing. Look at this. Check this out. Update, change the theme, apply, bam. Now you have a new website, new theme, just like that. Amazing. Change, apply. Apply. There you go. You can change your themes. Reviews, look at that, reviews. That's imported. Publish changes. Amazing. How good is that? And you have your own website. You don't need to do any coding. You can just do it. Okay. Which one was this one? Let's have a look at this one. Oh, it's a GIF, so I can't maximize it. So you can import. Number three, offer guests diverse payment options. When you enter crypto, you're stepping in to a growing market projected to exceed $10 billion in payments by 2030. And unlike OTAs, online travel agencies, that restrict payment methods, Dtravel allows you to accept credit cards, stablecoins, crypto. And the twist, no middlemen. The twist, would I say that's a twist? Would I say, I wouldn't say it's a twist, but yeah. No catch. And the catch, no catch, no middlemen. There you go. So you could pay by cryptos and you can have it as an option, and then the credit card fee is obviously waived. And usually that's quite significant. It's like anywhere between 3 to 5%, and some countries possibly even more. So that's a big win. Number four, $5 million damage protection plan. Give peace of mind to both you and your guests. Every booking via any direct website powered by Dtravel is backed by a $5 million damage protection plan covering liability, accidental damage, and more. That's 5x more coverage than many travel agencies. Look at that. So there is a little charge, potentially, which can be passed on by the host or operator, or the host operator can absorb that cost. I actually pass on the cost. Yeah, so me personally, I pass it on. But that's a personal option. And yeah, so that gives you the peace of mind. Peace of mind is absolutely absolutely critical. And look at this one. Earn rewards on every booking. Fees with Dtravel are up to 50% lower than traditional platforms in the very near future. So this is like a little bit of a buy the rumor. Both travelers and hosts will be able to earn back in TRVL tokens for every confirmed booking. See that? Travelers and hosts. So that's a buy the rumor, which can be staked, held, or used for vacation rentals. This means you can turn bookings into passive income. How amazing is that? We all like the word passive income, and this is in the near future. According to this, the very near future. With your own direct booking site, you don't just rent a space, you build your rental empire. Dtravel makes it easy, secure, and profitable to go decentralized. What if your bookings could mean more than just nights reserved, right? So this is quite a really powerful explanation on Dtravel. Do your own research, but it's there. It's right on the X page. So they're starting to post again. This is good. This is what we want to see. None of the posts are actually pointing to the changes that any of the changes which I have rumored or I have suggested. So that's still to come. Lots of things are happening. Friday check-in. There's probably going to be another Friday check-in today, so I'm a little bit early. I won't catch that. And obviously, you can go and have a look at the stats. This is the real world network stats. You can keep an eye on it to see what's happening, to see if there's any growth spurts or any changes. Yeah, I can see there's slightly increased. Look, cumulative GMV 1.3 million now. So last week it was like 1.28 or something. The listings are going up. It looks like it a little bit. And the sign-ups are going up. And if you think that we're only at the beginning, this is literally the beginning. I think people don't quite understand how early you are if you're looking at this video now. Basically, this is really early. This is my back end. Nothing's changed. It's still the same. This is my 64, almost $5,000 of realized earnings in the last 4 years. And I've completed 34 direct bookings using Dtravel. So I can vouch for Dtravel. I know it works. See that my crypto wallet is connected here. See that? This is all hosted by Dtravel. I don't even have to host this wallet. It's hosted by Dtravel. And that's great because I don't have to worry about my phone getting hacked. And you can go to your listings. You can do stuff. This is all the back end of Dtravel. And then if you want to have a look at my site, that's my site. Everyone can have their own site. I've actually connected the domain name to it. Otherwise it would be dtravel.directstaylondon.com. Instead I've just got my own business name, directstaylondon.com. And this is the Traveler app. So here, if you were to go and have a look at London and have a little search, you can find these are all direct booking sites. And if you click on them, like mine are there, it will take you directly to the site where people have an opportunity to directly book and interact with the owners of the properties, the listings, the hosts, and they don't have to deal with an intermediary like Airbnb. There's a map there. Look at that. London's quite nicely populated now. It's increasing, isn't it? Look, if you think that I was number one, yeah, and people don't realize that I was number one. I'll show you actually, because I don't think I've shown anyone recently. Here it is. Dtravel claims first short rental booking using, here it is, using blockchain and smart contracts. See that? Here are Sajadi's listings. That's me. Dtravel said it is now taking crypto bookings for short-term rentals on a blockchain using smart contracts to process bookings directly. Oh, so apologies. It's 3 years that I've been hosting in Dtravel, not 4 years. I've been with Dtravel 4 years, but this is 3 years. So Dtravel, which describes itself as a Web3 direct booking tool. I don't know if that description is relevant. It might have evolved into something more robust. Said it facilitated the first hospitality booking on blockchain using a smart contract between UK host Amir Sajadi, that's me, and a guest. See that? And that's the listing. And if you click on that, it will take you to my site, I guess. Oh, page not found. They've got the wrong link. It's here. Here it is here. That's it there. See that? The same site. So yeah, so I was the first, and if you compare it to where we're at now, we're now at 5,253 listings. If you think that I was the first, or maybe one of the first in London, and what was that site again? There it is. This is London. Look at London now. Look how populated London is now. And remember, this is still the beginning. This is still the beginning. And then obviously there's the Dtravel website. You can go and have a look, do your own research. And Freeman's asking a question. So the insurance is with a third party. That's how they can guarantee it. It's not Dtravel's insurance. It's passed on to an actual insurance company dealing with short vacation rentals. And so Dtravel has negotiated a contract with this third party insurance company, and that's it. It's just business to business. And so I'm just trying to think who they're called. I think it's called Superhog. Let me go and have a look. Superhog. You can go and have a look for yourself. Is it Superhog? Am I wrong? Superhog is a company that provides insurance and verification services for the short-term rental industry. They offer a damage and liability guarantee that protects hosts against guest damage and public liability claims. See that? So we have a deal with them, and as long as they vouch and verify that the guest is screened, then they will insure that, and then they will deal with the insurance claim. Okay, so that's how it's guaranteed. So I hope that helps, and that means that we don't carry the Dtravel doesn't carry the liability. It's passed on to a company which deals with that. Okay, but the great thing is that it's more comprehensive than Airbnb. And actually Airbnb is terrible. They used to be good, and they're terrible. They will often reject claims, and they are the power and the authority. So it's often better to do it with a third party. And then the next question, well, no, of course not. So if I'm hosting with Dtravel here, that's a hosted wallet, isn't it? Of course, I'm taking the risk. Just like if I have my funds with an exchange, a centralized exchange, I'm taking the risk. It's always better to keep crypto in your own wallet with your own keys, always better. But you can still get hacked. Like, people's phones can get hacked, their laptops can get hacked. There's no way to protect against hacking unless you have some kind of insurance as well, which covers the threat of hacking, and then that value has to be monitored and registered. So I think going forward, probably in the future, just to take crypto to a mainstream route, you'll probably end up with businesses and companies, or Web3 companies, which do insure hacks with personal and private wallets. But at the moment, no, of course, no. There is no guarantee, and so obviously you have to be willing to take that risk. But it's good for entry level, you know, like when someone isn't really familiar with crypto, they don't really want to download the wallet and get into it just yet, but they can just quickly, with their email address, they can set up a hosted wallet on Dtravel that allows them to receive the TRVL as rewards without having your own personal wallet. and then it's usually not a big amount, a large amount. But obviously, if Dtravel was to get hacked in the future, then there would be no way to guarantee that their wallets won't be compromised. And so it's the same with an exchange. You know, any exchange can get hacked too, as we saw a few months ago when Bybit got hacked. So it's basically the same. Okay, I hope that answers that. All right, so that's kind of my fundamental update on Dtravel. And I had a look at the X page. Go and have a look at the Telegram. The Telegram is really good. Chappie is saying TRVL holding strong in a sea of red. I'm going to have a look at that now. This is something I've been posting. I've been posting stories about Airbnb. This guy, Wano, posts, for a decade I thought Airbnb would protect us if something went wrong. That was until the life of my son was in play and they decided with the host. Side with the host. If you trust Airbnb, don't learn the hard way like I did. Here's my story. So there's lots of things, you know. Airbnb, the problem with these centralized entities, the monopolies, and they start to piss people off basically, and because there's no natural competitor in the market, they get away with it. Now this is a traveler side story, and I've posted the link there on the X page, and so if you're interested, you can go and read these horror stories about Airbnb and how terrible they are. They're very bad company. They've become a very bad company. And that's what happens when companies become monopolies. But there's also host side stories that I post. So here, Andy, I posted this to all fellow hosts. From what I am going through, I want to share that you are not alone. You are alone. Sorry, to share that you are alone. We are alone in this. If you ever encounter any problem, Airbnb ghosts you, let alone supporting you. I'm incredibly gutted by their attitude. Protect yourselves. Choose your guests wisely, because Airbnb will not protect you. Be safe. So there's a lot of things going on, and I don't think a lot of people realize that we have a real opportunity now to do something and take chunks out of Airbnb. Here, Andy says, Dtravelers, something big is coming. And when we talk big, we don't just mean a product update or something similar we've done in the past. This is alpha. This is like pure alpha. We are talking here about even whole countries, adoption, collaborations, cashback, and more. This is big info. Dtravel era is going to change everything we know about rentals, traveling, and rewards. Start taking notes. So this is Andy. She's the community manager at Dtravel, and she's giving us hints now of some of the things that I've been talking about. And in the context of a Bitcoin bull market, you can clearly see that Dtravel is not surrendering. Dtravel is fighting. Yeah, you can clearly see that Dtravel is fighting. That's why I'm back. I'm back because I've seen it. I believe in it. I'm experiencing it. And I'm willing to join the fight with Dtravel to make TRVL the success story that it truly deserves. Yeah, after such a terrible correction that we've experienced, now it's time to pump. That's what I think. So let me have a look at the charts. Okay, so let's just go back and recap. This is the volume from the lows here. So we're kind of teetering at the value area high, you see that? And there's a little bit of volume coming in here. You can see there's a little bit of volume coming in here. There's a little bit of buying yesterday afternoon. And so there is a little bit of accumulation here, or reaccumulation. And we've clearly experienced the wave one, haven't we? We've clearly experienced the wave one. That was your wave one. On Tuesday, I said that that was probably it. And now we're going to be looking for a corrective move. I gave an option. I gave a couple of options. Actually, what ended up happening was we ended up dropping much further, didn't we? A little bit further initially I said to the 1-to-1 somewhere around here, but actually it came all the way down to the 1.618. So right now we're kind of above the 1.618. We've put in a higher high locally. So in the 30 minute, you see we put in a higher high. And so this is kind of, we're in a lower low and a higher high situation, and we have to see what happens next. Okay. The next fib time based on this move is going to be Monday. So we have to see what happens by Monday. Ideally, what you want to see here is a little up and then like this, and then like that. That would be the best case for now for us, rather than just kind of down and then down, you know, like. And the reason why I say is that the lower we go, the harder it is to go up. Yeah, you'll still get those big crazy moves. It'll still be bullish because now we're in the kind of the bull type situation, but we want higher numbers, and for higher numbers we want flat corrections. It's just the way the market moves. Yeah, so this isn't flat. You can clearly see this is a zigzag, i.e. downwards zigzag, and so you've got your kind of light there's your first ABC. Now we're putting in some kind of ABC maybe, and then you get your third ABC. And ideally what you want now with this corrective move is up as possible, so that when we do the last leg we can just come back down to take the lows, and that's your corrective ABC type that. If you can't go up now, if we just struggle, then guess what happens? We go much lower. Okay, it's just the way the market moves. It's all about buying and selling and supply and demand. Right now we're somewhat holding the value area high of this volume to take us all the way up there. So we're in a good place, and also we've got that 1.618 area. Now I kind of imagined earlier that this would be a nice price action. We didn't get it, even though I had the target correct. This is not the same price action. Yeah, so just because it looks like it's right, it's not, because we lost the 1-to-1 and we're at the 1.618. Now this is going to be a really important decisive moment, because if the price does break up like that, then that's going to be looking really good. Yeah, maybe then we can get a strong ABC move, get a corrective move, and then expand to higher prices, you know, and then that would be a breakout to take us to our next wave. Yeah, so possibly I'm thinking Monday, possibly, but we have to see what happens this weekend. Let me have a look at the weekly time frame. Getting a pullback, obviously. We've reversed that kind of bearish green candle. We've already put in more volume in the last 3 days than the previous 3-day candle. Yeah, so this is important to see what happens, what kind of candle we get in the next 1.5 days. Ideally we just want to be here, we just want to stay here, and then the next one we can reverse. It's tricky. Yeah, it's really tricky. Ideally what we want to do is put in some volume here and go sideways, and not go lower, ideally. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do a fib pull on that. Yeah, we're not at any fibs either. That's the problem. It's a real problem. Real problem. We lost that 236 very easily. Interesting. Look at that monthly level. Look at that. So this is a back test of this monthly level, and we found a little bit of reaction off a back tested monthly level. Yeah, it's not a liquidity level, but it's a previous level. And if you zoom in, you'll see that there's a clear reaction of that monthly level. I think that's what's going to happen. Like, we have to see, this is support at the moment. You can see it's acting as support, can't you? See that this is a support at the moment. And so if we're going lower, we have to lose this level. Look, even on the lower time frame, look, little fake out, and then look, support, 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 bam. So I had that level, that monthly level. So this is how we're going to know if we, in the 30-minute time frame, and actually we're at a good place actually right now because we're at the golden pocket. So that's our last line of defense, that monthly level. But this is a good place for the price to find support and go up if it wants to. Otherwise, you lose this level and that's your last line of defense. Then you have to go up. You have to expand up. Otherwise, you get into trouble. Take out the low, and then the monthly level flips, and then you'll be looking for something for a continuation move like that. Okay, so there's a couple of things that could happen here. We either hold the monthly level for a higher low here and break up, or we lose it and back test it as resistance, and then we'll go down. And so right now we're in a bit of a decisive moment for TRVL. But whatever happens, I am expecting the next wave to be a big wave, and a wave 3. Yeah, assuming that this is the wave 1 complete. I don't know when the 2 is going to fall into support. But let's just say hypothetically it's here. Then your 1-to-1 target will be that pivot high. But because it's a wave 3, possibly you'll be looking for like a 1-to-2, like a really extended move, taking us to the all-time low, the previous all-time low at 2 cents, or just under 2 cents. That's kind of where I'll be looking for this to go if we do create a wave 3 here. And obviously the lower you go, the lower your targets. And so yeah, I prefer we go up. You know, obviously I prefer we go up. But right now I'm not seeing a crazy sell-off. I'm just seeing quite gentle corrections. You see a little selling, buying, 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 a little selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying. Oh, for the first time we took the high. Yeah, so you can see now we're at a stage where the buying has the potential to reverse market structure. That's what you want to see. That's the first kind of indication of potential change above a monthly level. Now what we want to see is the buying to continue, selling to continue, and the buying to continue, and then you start putting in higher highs and higher lows, and then you're back into local bullish market structure. And then when that happens, then the buying will actually force the price up. Okay, so you've reversed. All right, so that's kind of TRVL at the moment, just locally. I'm not going to go over it on the higher time frame, but we're looking for wave 3 now, potentially looking at Monday, right? Or this weekend. I mean, who knows? Yeah, but with corrections, you do need to correct a little bit longer. And in my mind, when I'm just kind of taking this pivot low to the pivot high, the 1-to-1 would be Tuesday, huh? Tuesday. Maybe Monday night, Tuesday morning. And that would be your correction complete, wherever this is. And then you'll be looking for a bigger pump, a much bigger pump. And then once the pump begins, we'll be able to look at fib targets in price discovery, right? Okay, and then get rid of these brush strokes. Let me have a look at the monthly time frame. Already this month we've put in more volume than the previous month. Already we're looking at a really nice bullish month. However this monthly candle ends, this is a bullish month. Yeah, as long as it doesn't end red. But yeah, this is a bullish month.